Dallas Audio Post.
There's a couple of questions I forgot. First off, do you know if there's going to be any DVDs coming soon for Shin-Chan? Because
I swear there are. They just are taking their time about it.
Okay. Second one, how is it to get a job for graphic designing at Funimation?
I think that would be a little harder.
Okay. Third one, I know there was Sean Schemmel, who also works at Funimation. He did some characters in One Piece when 4Kids did it.
Yeah.
Is there any chance or any possibility that he'd be reprising those roles?
Oh, I don't know about reprising those roles because they were pretty small parts, weren't they?
Yeah, there was just one that was wobble.
A few lines, yeah. Any of the smaller...
There was one villain guy that was just when they got Chopper, but that's it.
That's possible. Any of the smaller roles that are not episodic, that don't have at least 3 episodes to their name, it's very difficult to get anybody from out of town to come in and do them because we can't make it worth their while. They have to pay for a plane ticket to get there, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So,
I know that was a whole thing that happened. I do a lot of research on voice actors. I'm sorry. I know that was the whole thing that happened with Kara Edwards when she was doing Goten.
Yeah, exactly. It's just hard. It's not financially feasible. We would be making less on the product. Yeah.
I hear you. Sorry about that.
But I'm sure you'll see Sean Schemmel at some point in the whole series.
Word.
Hi. I've been a One Piece fan for a couple of years now, and I had to stab myself in the ear every time I listened to the 4Kids one. And I just want to know, now that you're doing Luffy, who's the man, is he any way like you, and do you really, really enjoy doing him?
I think I really, really enjoy doing him because he's not like me.
Oh.
He's, I really, really, really love Luffy. He hurts. I can't do more than 4 hours at a time. He hurts. But I love him. I think he's hilarious.
Yeah, I was this close to cosplaying him this year, but I cut my hair, so.
Oh.
I found out who comes in. Damn it. Thank you.
Yeah, I think he's great.
Okay, I'm not sure if you've seen them, but around the YouTube circuit, there's been Full Monogamous original animated videos. There's ones after the movie, the Chibi Party and stuff like that. Is there any chance that the cast would get together and dub that for America, or is it just gonna be the Japanese?
That would actually be illegal.
Oh, that'd not be bad. Okay.
I just want to say that the commentary and all those little things you did at the end of Fullmetal Alchemist were amazing, and I loved them, and they were really informative. And when you do a lot of characters that are really emotional, I know the scene with Riza that they showed when you were introduced during the opening ceremony, that's one of my favorite scenes with Riza. Do you ever get really emotional, break down and cry kind of thing?
If I'm doing my job right, then yeah. Yeah, I think that when you have a crying scene, it always sounds more genuine when you're actually crying. So anytime I'm crying on the screen, generally I would be crying.
Yeah, because I mess around and I follow the line sometimes, and I do the same thing. I start crying and following the characters. It's kind of weird, but fun.
That's acting. Get into acting.
Is there any news on Full Metal Fantasy?
No new news.
No new news.
Yeah, no. Full Metal Fantasy will probably never make a public appearance again.
Really?
Yeah. It's sort of a legal issue.
Hello.
Hello.
A couple quick questions for you, if you don't mind. First, since you voice act, direct, produce, how many shows do you typically work on normally at a time?
It depends. Usually more than I can handle. I'm currently. Hang on. I'm currently acting in 8, and I have been directing 1, but only because I was training up a new director. So as a producer, I have 5 directors right now that work for me, and they are Brina Palencia, who is rad. Check out School Rumble; it's just the funniest thing. Todd Habercorn, who's here. Monica Rial, who's here. Jamie Markey just started for me, and Michael Tatum, but he just went to another team. So.
Lots of work.
Lots of work. I live and breathe this stuff, people.
Also, probably a typical question, but what has been your favorite character to voice and why, pretty much?
Like I said earlier, it's hard to pick. It's hard to pick a favorite. I love Yuko, I love Luffy, I love Maso and Hima and Shin-Chan, and Claire was my first big one, so she's a big favorite with me.
Thank you.
Oh, and Rose Anderson in Salty Ray. That was one of my favorites. She was the one I felt most comfortable with ever. I felt like I was more natural with her.
One other thing, did you enjoy Beck as much as I did?
Sorry?
Did you enjoy Beck as much as I did?
Did I enjoy Beck? I'm not hearing the end
Did
of
you
it.
enjoy Beck as much as I did?
As much as you did. Oh, well, I don't know how much you did, but I did enjoy Beck. I liked doing that role. That was a different voice for me, something I'd never done before. I was glad they let me do it.
I know how previously someone asked you how much you love doing Luffy because he's so opposite you. What was the character that you voiced that was most like close to you? Like you were so much, like you felt so much in common with?
Probably Mitsuki in Rumbling Hearts. That character, it was just like being me and acting. She's maybe a little bitchier than I want to be, but she's a very realistic character. It's sort of a soap opera kind of thing. That's one that's really worth checking out. Oh, am I out of time? Okay. Awesome. Then I will take 2 more questions. If and you got 'em. There's one.
Me again.
No, that's great. And there's 2. Okay.
It's probably going to be the most obscure question. I just heard someone else decide to
Flavor
do this.
of pudding. I get them all.
What do you think all your characters smell like?
Interesting. Interesting. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to say that Yuko smells like pipe smoke and sake. Hima smells like dirty diapers. Maso smells like flowers. Luffy probably smells a little like BO, I'm not gonna lie.
And a hint of beef, probably, or some sort of meat.
Yeah, exactly. Riza? I bet Riza smells like wet uniform. I mean, she looks all put together and everything, but you know she's not wearing perfume. And she's got that wool uniform on. I'm guessing she smells like wet wool. And gunpowder.
Yeah, I was going to say that too. Thank you.
Interesting question.
I don't know if this is a question directed to you, but it's really for Chris Sabat, but like from you watching him.
I will ask him.
Okay. Please watch him. When you're in the studio with him, does he ever get upset that he has to like voice almost everybody? Because I hear him in every single anime I've probably watched on TV.
He would certainly never get upset that he has that much work. I will say that he loves it when he gets to break out of what he is usually called on to do, which is the low-voice tough guy, slightly sarcastic, a little bit surly. That's what he always gets called on to do because he does it so well. So we need him. But he likes to break out of that a little bit, and he loves being in everything, so no.
And my other question was, I was like looking online, and he has to do the voice of Vegeta a lot and other characters. And I was looking online and seeing like, you know, Dragon Ball Z Budokai 1, 2, 3, and then there's Tenkaichi 1, 2. Does he have a kind of the studio where like, if I have to do one more Dragon Ball Z game, I'm gonna go insane?
I would say yes, except that his studio, he has a studio, and they do produce all the video games, so every time there's a Dragon Ball Z video game, he's getting a lot of money for it.
Is his studio Okatron?
His studio's Okatron, yeah.
Okay, I was wondering why that was opening.
Yeah, they do all the video games that are connected to Funimation. They do a couple of series that are connected to Funimation, Glass Fleet, and then they also do, like, they did Guitar Hero 3, or 4, or whatever.
4?
3, I guess.
4, 3.
The one that just came out. Yeah. They do the audio for a lot of different video games. And we are out. It's nice to see you guys. I have another signing tonight, and everybody, please, please, please make sure you come to the Holic premiere tomorrow at 4 o'clock in Ballroom A. They're showing 3 episodes. Episode 3 is my favorite, and it's so funny. Okay. Thanks, guys.